Hi, First Editing. I'm Joellen, and today we'll be talking about research protocols, which are documents that guide scientists throughout the entire research process. So, why are research protocols so important? Well, first of all, a research protocol states what the objectives and planned methods of the study are, which then ensures the study is safe for its participants and researchers. It also explains what is and isn't allowed, and it helps researchers stick to clear rules, which means the study has valid, transparent, and reproducible results, and also adheres to the most important ethical considerations. So, before we go further, try not to mix up the terms research protocol and research proposal because they both mean very different things. So, a research proposal tries to convince the reader of the validity and importance of the planned study and tries to get funding or other kinds of support from organizations, while a research protocol, on the other hand, is all about meeting certain ethical standards and safety rules, as well as outlining a clear and reproducible methodologies. How do you write a research protocol? Well, there's actually quite a specific structure, which makes it easier to write a high quality protocol as long as you stick to the outline. Let's break it down in 15 steps. So, step one is the project summary. It's very similar to a research abstract, contains a few hundred words, discusses the basics of the study, like the objectives, rationale, and the expected outcomes. Then comes the general information, which includes elements like the title and identifying the number of your protocol, the date, names of the investigators, names and addresses of research sites, and names and addresses of clinical laboratories. Step three is rationale and context. This is where we're getting into the specifics. Now, this section should offer reasons and explanations for why the study is important and how it fits with other studies and existing knowledge in the field. You should ideally state the problem you're hoping to solve and the potential causes of the problem and the potential solutions. It's also a good idea to refer to various secondary sources that support your arguments. Now, the fourth section is all about goals and objectives, and it serves as a guide that will help the investigators stay on track during the research process. The goals of the study are broader descriptions of what your research aims to achieve, while the objections are concrete points that closely relate to the research questions. Now, remember, your objectives need to be clear and simple, so you should state them before your research begins to make sure everyone's on the same page. Next comes the study design. Now, this includes the type of your study, participation criteria, sampling frame, the expected duration of the study, and the descriptions of the study, such as if it's experimental or observational. Step six is methodology. So, this is the most vital part of the research protocol because it describes the specifics of the research process. For example, the procedures that will be applied, the measurements that need to be taken, how the data will be collected, and all the observations that should be noted. So, this is especially important if multiple research sites are working on the same study because the standardized and clear methodology is what helps create valid, credible, and reproducible results at all sites. Now, the next step revolves around safety considerations, which is also extremely important because every research protocol should adhere to certain ethical norms and safety measures. So, this is where you need to outline the potential risks and preventive measures, as well as the step by step process for managing all possible accidents. Remember, both participant and investigator, both of their safeties are important there. So, step eight is the follow up. This is what happens when you investigate the after effects of the study on the participants after the study is ended. So, you should describe what kind of follow up will be provided to the participants and for how long. Step nine, data management. This is where you'll describe how you manage your collected data and how you'll complete a statistical analysis or what other methods you'll use to achieve the expected results. Then we have expected outcomes. This is the section where you'll explain how you want to use your findings and how they might be applied in real life scenarios, for example, health policies. The 11th step is the publication process and the publication responsibilities. This basically means that if there are multiple researchers, you've got to decide which responsibilities and tasks belong to who and write that down. This part also explains who has publishing rights and whose names will be associated with the study if it gets published. And number 12, ethical considerations. This section discusses how you'll receive consent from the participants and how you plan to address any ethical concerns related to the research. 13, budget breakdown. It's important to Create a clear and transparent plan for how you'll distribute your funds and other financial resources. 14, investigator detail. This is where you'll list the CDs and all other research projects conducted by the participating investigators. You should also mention all researchers, institutes, and sites that collaborate with you on the study. And finally, references. Don't forget to include all relevant references because 1, it increases the validity of your research, and 2, you should give credit where credit is due. And that is everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.